Knowing and understanding your intervals is a very important fundamental element of learning music as a musician. And the faster that you learn your intervals, the faster you will be able to sight read new music and be able to get through music that you're currently working through as well. So even if you're a beginner and can't even read music on the staff yet, learning your intervals will still help you tremendously. So even though I may not know what a C and an E looks like on the staff, just knowing that it's my first and third note will help me to be able to play that song. So I'm going to use an example for each one of these intervals using handbells, so you'll be able to hear those intervals as well. And then we're going to transition right over into what it looks like on the staff for written music, and then also what it would look like on the keyboard on a piano as well. So let's go ahead and get started. And for clarification, each of these examples will be using the right hand in the middle C position, so thumb on middle C. For the second interval, we are going from the first note up to the very next note. So we're just doing a step from the first note to the second note. On the staff, we see that we're going from C up to D, just going up a step. Looking down at the keyboard, we are going from C to D. So from the first key to the second key. So if you were in the root position of C with your thumb on C, you would go from your number 1 finger to your number 2 finger. For the third interval, we are going from our first note to our third note. So looking at the staff, we are going from C up to E. So we are doing a skip. We are skipping a note. So we're going from a line note to the next line note, which is E, going from C to E. Looking down on the keyboard, we are going from our first finger to our third finger. So we're skipping our second finger. So we're doing a skip from first to third. Here we're showing another third interval where we are starting on a second finger or second note and going to our fourth note. So looking at the staff, we have a D, and we're skipping and going up to the next space, which is F. So we're going from D to F. Looking down on the keyboard, we are going from our second finger to our fourth finger on the keyboard, skipping our third finger. The fourth interval is going from the first note to the fourth note, going from the first note to the fourth note. So we are doing a skip and a step. Looking at the staff, we are starting on C, which is our number 1, and we're going all the way up to F. So we're doing a skip, and then we're doing one extra step. Looking down at the keyboard, we're starting on our first finger, and we are skipping to third, and then doing one more step to fourth. For our fifth interval, we're going from our first note to our fifth note. Looking at this on the staff, we see that we have 2 skips here. So we are starting on the line, which is C. We're skipping to the next line, which is E, and then skipping one more time all the way up to G. So it's 2 skips from 1 to 5. Looking down at the keyboard, we see that we are starting on our first finger. We are skipping twice and going all the way to our 5th finger. Finally, we see that we have a first, third, and fifth. First, third, and fifth. So this is a standard chord. We are starting on number 1, the first note, going to 3, and then going to number 5. If we look at that on the staff, we see that in this example, we start on C, then we skip up to E, and then skip up again to G. So we have C, E, and G. We see that they are a third apart. This is a standard chord. We have a broken chord first here, C, E, and G, and then we have a blocked chord where they are stacked right on top of each other. Looking down at the keyboard, we see that it is our first finger, our third finger, and our 5th finger that would be playing.